Get your Elden Ring challenges for Dan in right now.
All right.
Oh boy.
You know what? Okay.
I no stopping. Straight to the top.
Straight to Elden Ring. So I did fire Elden Ring back up a few days ago. Because I was on Noah Caldwell-Gervais' stream last week and last weekend, and they were playing Elden Ring, and I had just 2 weeks ago now, finally after 7 years, beaten Sekiro.
Oh my god.
I have started Sekiro over from the beginning, basically every year since it came out, and I always get to the last boss, and by the time I get there, I'm just kind of like a little burnt out.
Oh.
The old end before the final boss move. I've done that a few times. Yeah.
So I have so many save files that are just parked at Ishin's Sword Saint. And this year, what I decided to do, I was like, all right, I am hopped up on Skong skills right now. If not now, when? So I started a fresh save just to sort of get the controls back under me, and I was blowing through it, and I beat one of the like hard mid bosses, Owl. And after that, I was like, you know what? Now's the chance. Now we seize the day. Rather than going through and doing all of the going and doing all of the other bosses and collecting all of the stuff and like gathering all of the power, just back out to the menu, load last year's save, which is the one where I had finally managed to beat Demon of Hatred and had beaten all the headless. And like I had gathered like everything. So I've got 100% collection on this other save from last year.
Oh, jeez.
It only took me 4.5 hours. But it took me 4.5 hours of just Sword Saint. But it had that like amazing, like that fantastic clinch moment where it's like you do it and you don't feel like it was a fluke, right? It was like, I got that because I understood it. I knew what I was doing. There was a little bit of luck. Like there was a small bit of luck in that, like, okay, phase 2 went really fast because he did some like, you know, the easy to punish combos rather than his harder to punish combos. So phase 2 was on the faster side, but like, you know, it wasn't just a freebie. He didn't get like stuck on a rock for 2 minutes not attacking. You know, I had to do the fight, and like, you know, it's like, so like that feeling of like, if I had like, I don't know if I could do it again in like one try, but I could do that again.
Yeah. So
I have finally beaten Sekiro, and then I fired up Elden Ring and was like, what the bus is this bus? What are these controls? Why does this game play this way? Why can't this game be good like Sekiro?
Oh, shots fired.
yeah, I had that same experience with Sekiro. It took me like 4 days of streaming every day, like 12 plus hours of attempts to get Ishin down.
Yeah.
And I did do it. And I did have that same clinch moment of like, okay, like early on, it was like hour 2, I was pushing to the third phase and dying.
Yeah.
I knew how the fight was supposed to go, and it was just an execution problem. And I just could not execute it well enough to win. And there's video footage of me getting just progressively more burnt out on the game and looking more and more and more like I hated my life. And then I did finally beat it, and my reaction to it was, I beat him. Good. Great. That's awesome. Never again. And I immediately deleted it from my PlayStation.
Oh, man.
I have
Millennia in Elden Ring when I was streaming it actually made me, because I was already feeling like, okay, the game is way too long. There's just too much in it. Like, the game's way too long. It needs to wrap up. And then I got stonewalled on her, and I just got frustrated to the point that, like, on stream, I rage quit and deleted it off my PlayStation, and then, like, shut down the PlayStation and fired up Oxygen Not Included and played that for an hour before going to bed. Sorry, Mikey, you were saying.
Oh no, I was gonna say I have a Sekiro story, and I think it's kind of a sweet one. So it was when Sekiro was like the Souls game where I definitely couldn't see the screen and react at the right speed to be able to play those games anymore. Like Counter-Strike 2. I worked on Counter-Strike, and I can't play Counter-Strike 2. It's so sad. There's just certain types of games I can't play anymore. And I was always looking for a Let's Player, and they're all so bad. And I watched Dan Floyd play Sekiro, and I sent him like a long message on social media one day because I was like, it was actually so moving, like watching that. It felt like I was playing. I don't know. I just shout out Dan Floyd, and also I watched him play Elden Ring, and that's how I experienced all that.
Yay. The Floydses are good people.
They are.
Yeah.
I haven't really got too deep or played really much at all of the sort of the Souls-like that area of games. I hear, lots of people talking about how, that getting a lot of enjoyment and stuff out of playing them and stuff. And they sound cool. And like, in some ways, like deep in my heart, there's this thing, like, I kind of don't want to play it because like, I like to have this idea that maybe, I don't know, I haven't played it. Maybe I'll be like an amazing savant at playing.
Maybe
Definitely
I'll be like incredibly good.
Yeah.
As long as I don't play it,
You'll
that
never
won't be
know.
proven false.
Yeah.
You want fresh eyes.
Yeah.
The
Maybe I'll
most
just, yeah.
the thing that I find really interesting as a fan of the genre is how much of the difficulty is rooted in implicit rules and psychology. Like that it presents you with, like, it implies a way of behavior that is not actually enforced. And in fact, violating that way of behavior is frequently like the best way of moving forward or progressing. So for example, the best example of this would just be recovering your souls or like your bloodstain, whatever it is in that specific game. Whatever resources are bundled into that, whether it's max health, whether it's currency, whether it's experience, whether currency and experience are the same thing, is almost always far cheaper than it feels in the moment. So it's all you need to do is let it go. And just stop accepting the implicit rules of like, okay, you go down the hallway and then here is strong man in front of you. You defeat strong man to go through doorway where three little rat bustards are waiting to ambush you. And then you deal with them and then you move up the stairs where Harry Potter is waiting to blast you with ice balls. And it's like you're presented with these as a linear series of encounters, and there's this implicit rule of like, you deal with one, you deal with the next, you deal with the next, you deal with the next, and it's like you can just run past it.
Yeah.
Right.
You can just like deke that guy out and open the door and then run up the stairs and kick Harry off the off the ledge, and that's allowed. And so the biggest sort of moment in like learning to be like good at the games is learning to accept being bad, is learning to accept like just basically like not playing the game by the implied rules and playing it by the actual rules, which are that anything goes, that you can just open the door, you can just go around, you can just leave, you can just like sacrifice all of the currency that you currently have, which is probably actually pretty easy to get, to run past everything, pick up the key that you're looking for, put that in your permanent inventory, and then just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just die.
Yeah.
The game gives you lots of ways to make, or the games give you lots of ways to make encounters easier too.
I
This
thought
is
you were
one
going to
I'm
say
bad
lots of
at.
ways to die.
No, I mean they do
To
that
die.
too. But
They do that
that's
too.
like something I'm really bad at is like all of the Souls games give you the ability to summon help,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
die.
and like I don't. I steadfastly have to this point refused to summon help into boss
Skill
fights,
issue.
and
Oh, no.
it is
Yeah, skill
absolutely
issue.
the
It's
wrong
one
way to
button.
play.
Like, you just gotta push. It's literally one button.
Yeah.
Skill issue. Just walk
I,
over to the thing and push the one button, and you like have the difficulty of the boss fight.
Yeah.
I saw a story a few weeks ago, or a while ago. This a guy who was specializing in killing one particular boss in Bloodborne. It was like one of, I think it's from like the DLC. It was like one of the hardest bosses that everyone hates
Yeah.
in the DLC.
I can think
Oh,
of a couple in
yep.
the DLC.
Brian.
Probably, yeah.
And he had sort of made killing this boss as kind of a specialty of him, and the story was about how that he was basically putting, closing up shop. He's saying, people just aren't summoning him enough anymore.
Yeah.
He'll like he'll be like spend a bunch of time sitting around like in the cave or whatever, waiting for somebody to summon him to fight this boss, and nobody comes. And so he was he's not gonna go online and do it anymore. So people were sad at the end of an era and thanking him for his service in helping many noobs overcome this boss that everyone hated.
Yeah, you gotta
So-
move on eventually.
So when I was streaming the Bloodborne DLC, I made it through like most of the bosses just kind of solo, and then Orphan I did for a little bit, and then I summoned a bunch of like, viewers, like, cause they're just like, hey, let's jump in and we'll help you, and we were going through and things were going, okay, but we weren't quite getting there. This was not a like let me solo her scenario where like a viewer is just like, all right, just stand near the back, I got this.
Right.
It was going real, and then like we get into one attempt, and the other two viewers, like, so the two viewers just instantly get murked.
Oh, jeez.
Just like
It's like-
almost immediately, like phase one, both of them are now just like blood on the ground. And I'm like, okay, do I just throw it? I'm like throwing it because like that feels like I need the carry. That feels like I'm admitting that I can't do this. Like I want this. This is community fun, right? But this is we're doing this communally because that's a fun way of doing it. We're not doing it communally because Dan can't do it.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna lock in, and that wound up being the one.
Nice.
So I basically, like, my actual kill on Orphan of Cause was for all intents and purposes hard mode, cause with the extra like 30% health, an extra 15% per summon,
Oh, jeez.
and both of them
I-
were dead.
I do love the like, don't worry, we'll handle this.
Yeah.
Walk.
Dead.
Where?
Oh.
So the mention of let me solo her reminded me of like just something I saw recently that was really funny. So let me solo her. I imagine everybody knows in chat, but you summon them in and they would solo Melania for you. The flipped version of that I saw was a person in the same outfit named Let Me Solo Me. And they would invade people's games to PvP and then kill themselves.
Oh my god.
That's performance art. It's beautiful.
That's amazing.
There was a bit going around earlier today of someone hiding in an invasion by transforming themselves into a gate and then standing on an elevator and just pretending to be the gate so it's like the invaders like get on the elevator, ride it to the bottom, and then the person just like steps to the side, and it looks really janky, but it like slides to the side and they both just like get off. And then the reveal that it was the elevator gate all along is that like then once they're gone, the gate starts like flipping around and the elevator starts going back up.
Wow.
I've seen a guy on TikTok whose whole thing is he makes outfits that look like the set dressing in the area where he is, and then when he gets invaded, he will like pretend to be a statue or whatever, and just see how long it takes the invading player to figure out that he's not like that he is the player and not supposed to be there.
I've seen stuff like that,
and it's really funny.
When I first got Bloodborne, I got invaded, and I did the thing that lets you like disguise yourself as a note. So you get to pretend to be a community note. And I went and found a spot and like hid there and then just like waited and waited and waited. And eventually the guy's going around just like attack, like doing like a chop attack on the ground everywhere. Except he like just slightly oversteps me. So I just like stand up and kick him off the
yeah.